We gonna get it, yeah, we bout to ride. NW to the day that we die. Millennials and you know we a vibe. Keenan the host and you know he the guy. If you don't have time, you can listen on the go. Listen to the podcast on your drive home. You can watch the podcast right on your phone. It'll keep your interest like a bank loan. Keep it real, it's nothing less. Always stay humble, they wanna flex. Gotta thank God, know that we blessed. Never gonna quit, life is a test. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world.
Millennials versus the world.
Hey man, I'm not doing no intro. I'm not being responsible. Y'all gotta understand right now. Let me start with the good stuff first. I'm gonna say this on camera. I'm gonna post this regardless of anything. I appreciate y'all. If y'all don't know how long we've been recording, I got these people in person, bro. And the way these relationships started was real A1, real genuine, and it all accumulated to this moment. So anything we say on this tonight, charge it to the game, baby. Because we saying it tonight, you understand me? It's your boy K.Mims, man. It's Millennials vs. the World. I got J-Dub with me. I got Princess. I got Asia. I got Brittany. He poops. B-Dot. B-Dot. I got B-Dot with me. And it's the only spot you get authenticity and entertainment. But it's context matters. So let me understand what he said he poops about. So, no, I'm just messing.
Come on, boy.
I mean, just straight left.
No. But real talk, man. This episode is very special to me, man. I got really good people with me. So what we're going to start with, we talked about the Gabrielle Union thing for a little bit. But I'm going to switch the question from Gabrielle Union. Do you feel like women moving in the feminist movement is playing against them when they get married? Meaning, like, you know, a lot of women want to be independent, they doing their thing, they getting their bag, but then they go get married and you got to be somewhat dependent. But the movement is about femininity right now. You know, women got to do their thing. Is that playing against y'all when it comes down to putting a ring on a finger? That's what I want to know.
Being too independent? Is it hurting us from getting the ring?
Is it hurting you after you get the ring? Like the mindset before you get the ring to the mindset after you get the ring. Because I feel like it is though. Like you gotta.
To what extent?
Because at the very end of the day, I've said this online. I can say it to y'all face down. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well,
y'all face your.
all right.
Hey, yo, why you speaking out like that? Hey, yo,
all three,
say it to me.
all three
Like,
of y'all
why
want to be taken care of.
Hey, yo,
Absolutely.
that was
Okay.
wild.
So again, your independence before marriage can play against the fact that in reality you want to be taken care of. You can be independent all your life. Then you get with somebody that you got these independent ways that are okay, aka toxic. You know what I'm saying? To relationships, it can play against you. If you've been independent for 28, 29, 30, it's hard to transition to like, oh no, I'm gonna let you make these decisions. I'm gonna let you lead this.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my well-being to you.
That's good.
Like that's really hard. So it plays against you because you don't went and got your education. Shout out to Lewis. You don't went and got all those things. But what I'm saying is you don't went and got all those things, but you get those, and then you find a guy that's like, nah, he has the things that will make you submit. That's a hard transition. And I would like to know what that transition is like.
It's not a hard transition. Transition. It's not a hard transition if your dude is doing everything he's supposed to do, because he will still allow you to be somewhat independent. Independency doesn't have to be toxic. That's one thing.
Explain that.
Because it doesn't have to be. I can still be independent and not carry over toxic traits into my marriage. I'm still being me. My dude allows me to be me, but he's being a man in the relationship. He's taking care of me in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just feel like we talk about this all the time, like finding if the dude is checking off the boxes, submitting is not it's not an option. Like I'm gonna automatically do that because you're checking the boxes off for me.
So you don't think turning that off is hard? Like something you've been doing for so long,
Right.
You don't think turning that off is hard?
No, it won't be hard.
Talk to the mic,
because
Rick. Talk to the mic.
It won't be hard. Hello?
Yo,
Picture the night, man.
Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2.
okay, then. I see.
It won't be hard. I don't think it'll be hard because I don't know if a man will. I mean, y'all can answer this. Will y'all fully ask us to turn off our independency to the point that it's taken away from us?
If you're not independent for real, Like, stop faking. Like, if you've been independent, but that's not what you really want to do, and I do most of the things that you act like you want to do, like.
Why can't
I
you be
disagree.
independent
I
and be
disagree
taken care of
personally.
at the
Like,
same
I
time?
think that they
How
should
does that
be
work?
independent. I don't know. Like you should, I want a woman that has her own independency. Like, because at the end of the day, it's
That's but would you say? Hey, I'm going there.
that's why we can go there.
Look
What's
up.
What's happening?
Look up. If you weren't your age, would you really want that?
Yes,
Fuck no.
bro. Independency is, bro.
What do you mean?
So you want somebody with no independency, like just is fucking dependable on you? Like to me,
It's
I think
a
it's
control
I
thing.
think
that's
it's
like to me, it's like that's like having another kid.
But I think
Exactly.
it's not
I don't want
about
that.
taking care of somebody. It's like if you trying to be the man in a relationship and lead and do what you're supposed to do, and then you got somebody combating you because they're used to being in control
She's
of
not
everything.
combating you for that. She's combating you because you show leadership traits that she don't trust. So,
He
What I'm
said
talking
it.
about?
He
But
said it.
I give you that because a
your
lot of
woman
times
trusts
that
you-
is the case.
if your woman trusts you, she's not gonna combat. I don't give a fuck how independent she is. Whatever, if she trusts you as a man to do what you're supposed to do, it ain't no combating.
When did you learn that?
Yeah.
When did you learn that? What
As
age?
I got older.
Okay, so the point I'm making is
Nigga, I
that
can only talk to 32.
no, I know, but what I'm saying is that philosophy is legit. But if
Right.
somebody's 25 that hasn't experienced what you experienced or haven't experienced real serious relationships, they're not gonna think
But
like
at
that.
25, I can look back at myself. I was
Yeah.
not ready to lead. As a man, I was sitting here not ready
good.
because
Thank
I
you.
was sitting here
Thank
like
you, Jay.
I wasn't financially ready. I wasn't like mentally ready.
That's
So
fucked up.
So what I fucked up at is I was trying to lead some shit I wasn't ready for.
Hey, sit
So
back.
so the
Touche.
woman, you know
Just
what
had
I'm
sit
saying?
back.
So the woman that you're dealing with, she feel a woman can sense your energy. Like if
Yeah.
you on some fuck shit, like she not gonna trust that. And if she don't trust that, then it goes back to like, okay, you know what? I gotta become masculine because like I can't fuck with you to trust you enough to handle business. So as I got older, I realized like when you are in such a when you're operating what you're supposed to operate in, a woman don't never have to. It ain't about submission to me. It's about respect. A woman will respect you if you handling your business. If she don't got to worry about the bills being paid, the other shit, my nigga, you good.
So
I
let me
think-
ask, go ahead, brother.
I think the culture has changed though.
Okay.
Our age group, yes, you absolutely right.
Okay.
If you are doing what you're supposed to do, you leading how you're supposed to lead, I think she will do exactly what you're saying. But younger age, thinking about what's the social media,
Okay.
I feel like they're the ones looking at it as they're the ones that can't let it go. They're the ones who can't acknowledge that this dude is trying to lead, in this relationship. They want to lead in the relationship as well.
They only want to be in a relationship because they don't feel safe. If you, I'm giving you an example. If you working right with a guy, he's your manager. You don't feel like he's a good leader, right? You gonna follow him?
I'm not a female.
No, I'm actually not about a female. I'm actually like,
But you
if you
want
feel
to.
like you're working, This nigga wild.
Yeah, dog.
If you feel like that you're working, right, and this nigga tells you, like, you have two. I'm gonna give you two options. You have a guy that says, "Hey, bro, go do this." You might not fuck with it, but you might have a guy that go do what he's asking you to do to show you what it looks like. You're gonna naturally follow the person who's showing you what it looks like. So what I'm saying to you is, it doesn't matter about the age. And I had to realize that. Yes, I was 25. I didn't know what it looked like to lead. I'm cool with that. Fast forward, it was more so about I didn't have my shit together. So when I had my shit together, then it's like a woman will be more like, it ain't about, I hate using the word submissive. That shit, it burns me up. It's more so about if she sees the vision that you sees, like,
This nigga said sees.
I own it. A whole new word, I made it right now.
Go ahead.
Seas,
Nah.
seas, yeah.
But finish your challenge. I'm
Ocean.
gonna challenge
Yeah,
you.
ocean, seas. But like, yeah, I said ocean.
Yeah.
But what I'm
That was an AS.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Sick as
Yeah, I said OG. I ain't OG.
You were talking to
So
me.
long story
I'm
short,
not going to no.
Yeah.
long story short, she got 20/20 bitches.
I know what I'm
She
fucked
can
up.
see.
I know what I fucked up. I fucked up right there. I ain't gonna hold you. Boy, hey, edit it out, my guy. Edit it out.
No.
He sees.
Yes. Hey Jay, can I ask you a question though? Can I ask you a question
I'm
though?
with you, bro.
So say you're doing that. Let's talk Earth. Everything tonight, Earth 1. Everything tonight, Earth 1.
Not Earth 90?
Everything tonight, Earth
You
1.
tweaking.
So if you're telling me that everything you bring, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like the word submissive like that neither, you feel me? I give you that. But in a real way, like, understand this. There's still changes that have to happen.
Right.
Transitions happen every day.
Facts.
Big transitions happen every. So I'm not gonna put a time frame on that. So like, even still, say you meet her and you do all those things, there's still a transition period. She still gotta call her girls like, oh, you doing what I thought a man should do.
That's facts.
Yeah, but in those moments is where the foundation gets laid. And a lot of people don't understand the friction that comes if I'm, hey, let's say, speaking at 32, everything you've built, everything you got going, that holds value. So are you willing to let that go no matter what?
No.
Okay, so everything she's built, is she willing to let that go?
No.
Okay, so that takes a transition. And people lose in the transition.
It does, but I think a woman is more willing to let herself lose in that moment if she has a man that's willing to be like, you know what, I respect him enough to.
What
That's
are y'all
me.
ladies? Okay,
That's me,
I'll hear y'all
bro. If
feel.
she feel like that nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, he that nigga, like,
Okay, can I
she's
hear y'all
more
feel
willing
that?
to be like, all right, cool, I'm willing to. You know
Because
what I'm saying?
a lot of y'all have.
I'm not saying
That is a
it's
great
not
question,
hard.
though. Hey,
Like,
great question.
The friction
That's a
that
great
you're-
question, bro.
The friction that you're talking about is very, very real.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be hard. But once I build that level of trust that y'all are talking about,
Good.
then it's gonna be more of a smooth transition.
Mm-hmm.
And once I'm able to relinquish that transition,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy about that as an independent woman.
Mhm.
Speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Please. I say that all the time.
Right.
Please. Pretty please. With a cherry on top.
How much grace do you need during that transition for yourself?
For myself.
How much grace do you
That's a
need?
good one.
I feel like
That's a good one.
both parties need grace.
I
Because you've been
agree.
handling things independently as a man, and I've been handling things independently as a woman. So for us to be able to come together and handle things together as a team, that's going to take some time and a little bit of a transition.
Mm-hmm.
So how much? I can't really give a timestamp on that.
Okay.
That I feel like that's up to the individual couple.
What's your thoughts? You've been real. Both y'all been real quiet. Here it is.
This is I've been listening to what you're saying, right? Because I think everybody's making valid points to a point,
Mhm.
right? So it's not just about the woman that has to because the woman had to be an independent, functional adult.
Mhm.
So she has no choice but to be an independent person with whatever relationship that she's walking into,
Sure.
right? So of course, because now it's like, okay, I've had to be the one to pay my bills, to provide for myself, to do all these things. So to Jay's point, if I now feel like there's a male that cannot even meet me at my level, I've already been doing this. So why would I then make more sacrifices than I feel like you're making at this point? I cannot lead, I cannot follow you at that point when I've been having to lead myself. If I've been putting in more work than I feel like you've been putting in for you as a man, I cannot do that because I can't be your mom.
Yeah.
And I've already had to be a
That's where
person
trust
on my
comes
own.
in.
And that's what it's true.
If I
So
can't
to Jay's
trust you,
point, so it's like if I can trust the vision that you have, if I see that you're not just telling me, oh yeah, I got these ideas for this business, but I see that you actually have a business plan, you've been putting things into motion. Now I'm like, okay, I can follow that, I can believe in that because you're already putting in work.
Okay.
I don't have to put in more work than you're putting
facts.
For sure.
in. I can't believe more for your vision than you believe, especially if I have credentials on my name.
Okay. So
I'm not
So
gonna do that.
how secure are you in what you bring?
I'm very secure. I'm
Okay.
completely secure.
Okay.
And to Britt's point, though, I feel like when you have a man though that is doing all these things, and the principle, I'm like, yes, please.
Okay.
I like because I know I say this all the time. It's good to want you, but I don't need you.
Facts.
And when I feel like when I can get to that place, I'm like, oh yeah,
You really
I
don't want
consider that.
anybody or no man?
Private?
You really don't feel like you need no?
No, it's not about needs. It's about want for
But
sure.
that's what I'm saying because
Yeah.
I've been so independent on my own. I know that I don't need you to make me more of a woman. I don't need you, but
Oh, okay.
you see what
Yeah,
I'm
need
saying?
you is like the code.
Yeah, in that way, right?
that's
Exactly. But it's like,
That's a fact.
but I want you in my space.
Love
I
that.
desire you to, you know, to
Love
make
that,
me
love
feel
that.
loved or complete in that way. You know
Love
what I'm
that,
saying?
love that. Yeah.
Any,
But-
any woman that do that, bro, that's the one you gotta keep.
But it is a need for some.
Okay.
But if
Yeah.
I am
Okay.
fully taking care of myself on my own, and I mean completely fully,
Okay.
then it has to be something
Mhm.
that makes me go away from being completely independent.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That makes me say, okay, let me follow him. Because if not, I've been leading on my own. So what are you bringing to the table that's going to make me, you know, shift and be like, okay,
Yeah.
Because I want to do it.
yeah, I do. For
And that's
wanna
what
keep
I
doing for
think. That's
myself.
what.
do
That's
you
why I
think
think.
I
Like,
want to take this rent currently on my
you
own?
don't think that women
Check
want to do that,
box, yes,
bro? I'm
check
asking you, bro.
box.
You don't think women want to do that?
Okay.
It's not that. It's not that, bro. I just think if he showed up and he doesn't look like what she envisioned, she's not going to accept that.
No, because we're not out here falling in love with potential.
I didn't say.
But he said he showed up.
He showed up with what you needed. It just.
But he doesn't look like, so you're
what
talking about
envisioned.
physical?
Huh?
No,
You talking
not
about physical?
not like look, but like
Yeah.
what you expected as
Oh,
what you
Yeah,
expected
that's a
as
good point,
man.
bro. That's a good point,
young Pooter.
bro. Can you chill, bro?
But
Let
I,
the nigga
hey,
live.
live.
Hey, Doc,
I
damn.
don't
Hey, Doc, you about to say some
But
good shit to me.
I do think your point comes into the physical, though.
Yeah, because
Because a man can show up with everything, but to the physical eye, he may not be what I'm looking for. So honestly, he may be everything that I need, but I may not even get to the point of knowing that he checks all those boxes
Cause the nigga.
because just what I see is a hell
Hey,
no.
Brittany, you about to go
So
in.
hold on, time out.
Hey, Brittany, you caught that
Let
too,
me
right?
ask
That
something.
nigga about to go in.
So let me ask something.
That nigga about to go.
What you mean, Doc? So.
No, cause bitch, you
So-
trying to go in.
No.
I'm fucking.
Hey, I don't think you do a Hennessy. Cut! Cut!
Hey, I'm fucking weak, bro.
Nah,
Hey,
so-
on my soul,
so-
we get
So, long story short, nah. So what I'm saying is, physical attraction matters 1 out of 10. How much does that matter?
For me,
Yeah.
a
Let's go
lot.
around the room. Let's go around the
A
room.
lot.
Let's go around the room. Start with you, 1 to 10. That's an 8. That's an 8.
I was about to say
Nigga,
it's
nigga,
hitting 8 or 9.
Okay. All right. What is? All right.
9.
All right.
I feel like a 7.
All right.
Like 8, 9.
Dog. All right.
I'm saying 8.
Man, 2.
Stop lying.
You're right.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, bro.
Hey.
This nigga's fucking trolling.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
You say no, he's not?
No, he's not.
Can I
I'm
split
just
it?
saying
I'm
no,
gonna
he's not.
split it into 2 ways.
He gonna explain
You
it.
said fucking 2?
No, I'm gonna split it into 2
gonna
ways.
explain
I'm
it.
gonna split it into 2 ways. And I'm gonna be I'm gonna be really honest.
Bro, did we not have this conversation?
We did, but I'm
The first thing when you meet somebody, what's the first thing?
No, hold on, Jake.
It's physical what?
Man,
We talking about first things,
May I-
but past that.
Please,
But may I?
Maybe.
Tell the nigga. Hey, Brittany, can you do me a favor? Lean up to the mic, tell the nigga no.
Hey, look, man, real. Who's that? Larry Johnson?
Fuck you talking about?
Who's that? Larry Johnson?
Yeah, it's
It's Larry.
No, I'm a 9.
All right, is that Larry Johnson?
See
Crazy.
me?
Crazy
That guy's no
word.
rings.
I'm not a
Crazy.
2.
All right,
I'm not a
right.
2.
No.
So I will go this.
I love you, bro.
I love you, bro. So I don't think it. I'm gonna necessarily go. I'm gonna say it matters like I'm gonna say a 7.
Okay.
However,
Average.
I think initial attraction to what attraction becomes after you connect with somebody, that doesn't matter. You see things like I'll give you for instance. for me,
That is very true.
Like if you see someone go through childbirth, you see the changes they go through, or you see like different mental health things or emotional things, like that affects what attraction looks like.
Yeah.
And it attracts to physical. You know what I'm saying? That's like y'all can't tell me nobody ever been in class in high school when somebody started out ugly, but they was funny, and you start seeing them different. Like
That's true.
by the time grades
You
come
right.
out.
No, you right.
Yeah,
Right, but what was the
I mean,
original
like,
question?
Right.
No, she said how much attraction matter, and my point was it matters. It matters a 7 because initially I get that's how you like somebody, but as you lock in with somebody, the physical attraction can change to what you're attracted to based on what you're locked in.
But initially,
I'm
that's
just
all you
saying,
have.
physical
But
don't.
initial.
When you first see somebody, what is the first thing you see?
There, physical.
You don't be like, you know what? That's a banging ass personality right there.
Right, yeah.
That's crazy. I can't wait to meet that
Larry.
But
person.
I think so. Like a 7. The reason why I chose a 7 is it does go a long way, right? Like when you first see somebody, that's all you see, and y'all are talking about the initial physical attraction.
Right.
But I guess the question is, are you going to pursue that person because you view them as either ugly, cute, mediocre, whatever?
Oh,
right?
okay.
So
Okay.
for me, it's a 7 because
Okay.
I'm like, yo, he's not that cute, but he's still
Right.
trying to talk. Let me, whatever. And then
Yeah.
that's the Keenan's point
Oh,
where it's like,
okay.
oh, okay, he is funny.
Go up and
Oh,
down
okay,
from
he
here.
is whatever, you know.
Right.
So it
That makes sense.
So for
No,
me, a 7 is gonna have to try way harder than an 8 or a 9.
But a 7 can win you though.
But a 7.
A 7 can, but he's gonna have to put in more work.
Yeah.
Because a 7 means you didn't catch my eye like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah. I get that.
So that means.
So you like to hit across the head.
So that means your personality has been hit
So
out.
you like to hit across the head. You like one of them niggas that just made it out.
I'm ready to get this over.
A 7 is so
Hey, you gotta
You gotta get across the head. Hey,
A 7 is like you're not ugly, but I don't think you fine. You know what I mean? So it's like I could be
you
like,
like, if you buy you a drink, you'll entertain the conversation.
yeah, like I'll entertain the conversation, but
Okay,
what
well,
is the
let's-
conversation? Whereas in like if you a 9, you know, you might have a bullshit conversation at the beginning, but it's like, okay, I hope this conversation
Yeah.
picks up because he's a 9. But if you a 7, like your conversation has to from
And I
the
think
jump.
7s know that. They know they gotta come in.
Some of them do.
That's-
I think 7
Talk about it.
Hey, Brittany, you might be right though. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Hey, Brittany, you might have, you know what I'm saying? You might be on some shit right now.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. But I also think too, like sometimes you could be attracted to somebody that's not your type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you be
That's
like, okay, like he looks
Yeah.
good. I wouldn't usually go for him, but that's a handsome dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's a fact.
I think like we all have a type.
Like there's some 9s that
We
dumb as
do.
a doorknob.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying?
Like-
But then there might
That's
be
just
that-
true.
that's
That's
like-
Would you still give him a chance though? Because he's a
Hey,
9.
that's very true.
First off,
That's a fact.
physical
That's
attraction,
very
but
true.
once I hear you speak and
That's
the
it.
conversation, like,
It goes
nah,
down.
like you're a loser.
Okay.
You are not an intellectual. You are weird.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you.
cool.
You're weird.
That's-
Oh,
that's-
loser.
Okay. Okay.
Your face doesn't matter anymore.
Gotta go.
You're a loser. What the heck?
I didn't call you a
I'm
loser.
just
But let me
joking.
say, like, if he's not
Hey, you
intellectual.
called that right.
She said.
Said you're a 7, but you're
Hey, Brittany.
intellectual. So
Yeah.
makes you an 8 or 9.
And you said a lot more.
Get out of here, get out of here. Get out.
Get out.
Get out.
Hey, get up. Hey, you know what? Get up. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, no, but Angel will tell the truth though, and Princess too. But you can have a person that you're not really feeling like you're attracted to, but you can be attracted to them based off certain things they do. So I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all ain't here lying still.
Wait, welcome back.
Alright. So
Nah, because the 5, 6,
Alexa,
and 7,
play your
those
Jeezy,
would be the
welcome
ones
back.
that come and approach y'all 9 times out of 10, right?
Absolutely.
Because they got that good talk game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for sure gonna be them. And they are the most consistent. I will say
Consistent,
that.
and their confidence is there.
Yeah.
Their confidence is it honestly,
100%.
if I had the level of
Authenticity,
confidence, I'd probably be a lot further in life.
What?
hold on.
5, 6, and 7 confidence is
Hold on.
like.
It's the rule.
Did you say?
I mean, it's
hold
something.
on. Say what you just said again.
If I
No, my bad.
I'm
I
just
didn't hear you.
assuming that I follow the 7, 8, 9 Derek word, okay?
Can we talk
But
about
if
it?
I had the confidence of like a 5, 6, 7, then like I would be through the roof right now.
I feel like so. I tell you my story. Straight up, no chaser. So
You be kissing them out.
nah. Y'all know. Like straight up. Like I ain't kissing. Y'all know. I rock my shirt right now. I should have put it on when I went to the bathroom. Like, nah. But I think this. So for me, I think that personally like this. I've never been somebody in my life that I feel like a straight looker. Like, yo, that's just never been me, right? So I think when I was younger, middle school, awkward stage, you like one of my aces. telling you, light skin with braids on the Marion, all them was out, so he was at, hey, you know what I'm talking about. Like, he was cool, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, too. Yeah. So, like, before, when we was in middle school, he was a looker. So, like, I had to get my personality on. But when I got to high school, like 9th, 10th, 11th, 9th, 10th, 11th, I started coming to my looks. Rejection became easy. Because when you, the number 2, like, hold on, which one I got to talk to? Yeah, this nigga. Ah, damn, nah. Like, and I'm being real. They walk away, they play, da-da-da. And you realize, like, okay, no ain't really nothing but a no. So then, when, it changed for me, I came into my looks as a young dude. I still have my personality because I was humble. Because you get a lot of no's from people. It's like, oh shit, you don't approach stuff like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be here. What's up, girl? You approach stuff like, oh, what's up? Hey, how you doing? You're really respectful of things of that nature. So as you get older as an adult, you keep that same motto. Like, I feel like high school messed a lot of people up. However you were in high school, if you were that guy,
especially if you were an athlete.
And I was one, you know what I'm saying? And we were really good, but it was like, I was never, like, I'm not going to be Prince Charming. I'm not going to be superlative. So I think the biggest part is like, I think attraction really is based in what the other person is looking for. Like, if you have an idea of who you want and you walk into a space, that person that you're looking for is going to be way more attractive than somebody that's actually bad looking. You know what I mean? Because as adults, that shit really don't matter. He can look ugly right now, and you see a check stub that say 5,000. You gonna talk.
Crazy thing, you come sit down on it.
You gonna talk.
I'm not. 'Cause
Hey, Brittany, how long you
I
gonna talk
have to
for?
look at
You want to know my response to that?
No.
Yes.
It depends.
I want to hear all 3 of y'all response
No.
because this is fun.
Brittany, you're not gonna talk to him.
Brittany,
I gave
I want to
you
hear
my
Brittany
response.
and Princess.
It
This is
depends.
fire.
You're not gonna talk?
No, because for me, I still have to look at you.
Plastic surgery.
Look at you, my guy.
But I'm-
What the
but I'm
fuck
being
is this you
real.
present?
Because that's what I was making earlier. Like, you can find somebody attractive that's not necessarily your type. That's one
True.
thing. But if
That's
you
true.
find if somebody for you is not attractive at all, for me, there's nothing that you can do.
Hey, I'm in your game right now.
Hey, it ain't no bread or nothing.
Hey,
It's
Jay,
it's enough for me.
Alright,
Like, it's enough for me.
Y'all can't act like the pay stuff don't matter.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
if,
you.
If he was a level 4 and the pay stub was here, I mean,
Nah.
No, no.
what
no,
does the pay stub say?
No,
4,000 every 2 weeks.
No.
No.
That's
Step
so,
four.
no.
because I still have to look at you every day.
So that
Every
mean
2
it don't
weeks?
mean nothing.
For me,
No, she gotta look at you every day.
But for me, it doesn't
To make you a little bit more attractive. Just a little bit.
Hey, can I? No, it doesn't.
For me, it
She get wicked.
I guess it just goes back to, once again, like, it's one of those, like, as an independent woman, right? I'm like, I can provide for myself and all those things. So for me, it's like, I want to, when I'm thinking about, okay, date night, right?
Okay.
I want to be able to get dressed and look sexy for someone that I find attractive.
That is very.
I don't just, like,
That's
you're
fair.
That is very true.
But if you don't make 4,000 every 2 weeks yourself as an independent woman,
Right.
would that change for you?
I'm dating the bus driver.
Okay.
Right?
Talk about it.
The bus driver in North Carolina.
If you don't make,
And that's
I'm not.
90%.
I'm also not doing
Because
it.
he already said he wanted
We've
to
already
do
talked
that.
about that.
No,
Yeah,
but
we
that
did.
that goes into that conversation that I
Yeah.
So I'm just talking about me. I'm not a materialistic person, right? Like money is great. Money is how we sustain life. Money is happiness. Whoever told you that it wasn't is a liar.
They cap.
But if you're ugly, I don't care how much money you have. I'm with Asia on this. Like, I gotta lay next to you. I can't put a pillow over your face every night. Like, I gotta look at you. Your money. I don't see your money. I see you.
Right.
So with that being said,
I just think that's chapped for a lot of women.
for a lot of women, not
I
all
believe
women.
that.
For a lot of women.
Yeah,
What you telling us that you put a pillow over the nigga head every night?
man.
No, I think you
ain't
just
gonna
look
tell
the other way.
y'all. I want to tell y'all, but
say it. Hey man, millennials first. You better say it. You better say it.
it's true.
Oh,
Because
I want to hear her say it.
Nah, fuck that. I gotta be attracted to you. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm with y'all.
You can be attracted to somebody a
But
little bit.
it
A
just
little
it
bit.
No,
just
fuck a little
depends
bit, like-
if
But the money
I'm
make them a
really
little bit more attractive.
No, did you not hear what she said, bro? You gotta lay with this person every night, right? I can't fuck with that.
But I can lay with this person every night and not be
Yeah.
I ain't going.
But to clarify,
So you said an attractive broke ass nigga.
but to clarify, are we talking about like somebody that's like just a resource or somebody that like you're actually trying to be with?
Yeah, that's
How many celebrities are ugly?
That's
Celebrities are ugly.
There's a lot,
right?
I would say
But that's a good question because
But
you're
you're asking me an honest question. The honest
Thank
question,
God.
yes, I would be the
Thank
honest ugly celebrity. Now, would I build a future and be,
See?
you know, like
You see?
So
totally
he would be
like,
recreational.
my
usage,
man,
you said.
Exactly.
probably not. But
But he needs draws though.
No.
you said what?
He needs draws though. If you're dating, like we're not doing. I'm not going to be a resource if I'm not getting
We
resources.
kissing in the mouth.
No.
Definitely,
Oh,
you're kissing him
no.
out at that point.
I was like,
No. Hold on, time out.
It depends on the level.
You think I'm ugly?
whoa.
You think I'm
See.
ugly with all this money? You dating me and you ain't coming up off
Are
nothing?
you talking about like Flavor Flav ugly or give me a?
It don't matter. You
Give
said
me a
ugly.
celebrity.
right.
Give me a
You said
celebrity.
ugly with
Hey,
money.
hey, watch this. Give me a celebrity that's ugly that you would date.
Hey, that was good. Hey, that was a good one.
Yeah, tell me
That was a good one, bro. That was a good one.
Let's
bro.
hear it.
That was a good
This
one.
is channel 6, 8, 10, and 12.
Hey, the last
Hey, yo,
question got one.
that was a
You can't
good-
pass this
that was
question
a
right
good
here.
one.
Say him. Who is him? Be honest.
Hey, wait, why y'all talking to me? I mean,
No,
Flavor
princess.
Flav
All,
Listen,
hey,
no.
everybody look at her. So, who is the ugly
They
celebrity?
lying.
What's his name?
Huh?
What's his
She
name?
said that, right?
I'm like,
Oh, did y'all did ugly celebrity?
No.
no, she's saying
No.
You wouldn't
I'm-
date a
I'm
ugly
saying
celebrity
no.
either?
Date. Date. We're not saying.
I'm not saying
My
married.
nigga,
I'm saying
you heard what
date.
they said. It's a fucking no.
Larry.
Date, absolutely for me.
Okay, so do you
So
think
Kodak Black walk up
That's
with
exactly.
right
That's exactly.
You disrespected
You would date Kodak Black?
Look.
You would date Kodak Black?
That's fine. That's
Really,
fine.
you
You're
think
not
Kodak
gonna say
Black?
because Kodak would be like, ooh, like Kodak is the level of like Flavor Flav in our generation to me.
Yeah.
To me, like
so you gonna walk?
So
walk,
it's like-
walk.
Spin, 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 spin.
That's real. I appreciate the realness of
hey,
that.
y'all, what y'all saying that? Because I'm gonna walk with Kodak.
No, away from him.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
No, she's walking towards that nigga.
So my question was,
Hey, now y'all put words in my mouth. But all right.
So I got a question. So if you're getting Kodak's resources, do you believe that you don't have to come up with some resources?
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
You have no choice.
But what I think,
No,
what they're saying is like that's not the resources they want to come above for that
Right.
type of nigga.
But you have
Like,
You have to.
But that's the only one that he really cared about at that point.
Do y'all think that happens in like everyday regular life? Like it may not be celebrity money, but it's a good amount of money to the 96%. Does that still happen?
what you
Absolutely.
exchange.
Yes.
The resources change.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, it does.
Right.
I know people that's doing that right now.
To this
Say their
day,
name.
I can name
to
them.
this day,
Not gonna lie. It's going out to the world.
talk your
right?
shit. And Brittany would say that one more time. To
No,
this day.
like, no, that's definitely happening.
I just feel like this. I feel like this with the dating game. I feel like it's BS, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like it's about proximity, and I say that because we can want what we see fit, but I take it back to the classroom in high school with a girl that was like, But if you spend time with a person and get to know them, it changes. You know what I'm saying? And for me personally, like for instance, I don't like using my situation. That's too like. Not personal. It's just like we met in a computer lab. I was trying to cheat off some work. We had the same teacher. Like,
Oh, so you're a cheater.
yeah, on classwork, absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
That's what you heard.
You don't know why you want to know why I don't cheat? This is about to change the whole conversation. You know
What
why?
I'm talking about.
She said I'm a cheater, and I gotta clarify. I'm
Yeah,
a
not that type of cheater.
Oh, schoolwork.
So you know.
Schoolwork.
Everybody in this room that got degrees cheated.
So.
Oh wow, super.
In undergrad, yeah, in grad
So
school.
you never cheated?
No.
I mean, we're independent women now. Who cheats on each other?
Oh my
I don't like to cheat.
Y'all
I
were
didn't
cheating.
know.
Y'all were cheating off of us. For sure.
Nigga, what?
Like, come on.
I mean, he didn't. I was telling his testimony as
Alright,
cheating on the
Can I shoot off
Instagram.
you?
It's that in my blood.
No. Hey, the mic is on.
I was like, what's happening?
That mic on. Fire. Hey, look. So I'm saying this, bro. I'm saying this back to the cheating thing.
Not the boom boom boom.
I picked you.
Boom boom boom. Yo,
Y'all don't probably
hey, when you what?
What happened?
Boom boom boom.
See, Asia, that was slick what you did. That was slick.
What? I didn't
I just don't, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of men ain't gonna say this. I know I can't handle that shit.
handle
Like,
what?
I'm talking about relationship cheating.
You smart, okay.
I don't cheat because if you cheat on me, like, yeah, that shit is done. I can't operate in a space knowing if we did what we do and somebody potentially did what we do, so it's a wrap. Now, it ain't about clapping is different. Like, I told y'all on the pod, I said this on a live. Like, a sexual act is different than like kissing in the mouth, right? But like, if we done went there to like Earth 1, third base, like Grand Slam.
You can't handle that.
If I think she did that with,
Or if you know she did that.
oh, it's done.
Yeah, because that's most men.
But let me understand something though. But I preface this with like, I wouldn't cheat.
Okay,
But
Pat,
cuz-
where you lean back?
So if you did that, I'm not saying the person that's like,
Well.
oh, I can do me, but if she do it, nah, I don't do it because nah, just leave me. Fuck that. Nah, go ahead and leave. Go, I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, it happened. Woo woo woo. Leave.
But I don't
Is
feel
there-
like that's most men.
Is there levels to cheating?
No, just don't. You gonna smile at a nigga at work. It's the dude that like my wife at work right now. I know he like her. I done heard that nigga name 3 times this week. She don't know what he doing. I know what he doing.
Yeah.
Cool. She not ugly. She cool. Go ahead and do that. He probably unhappy. He gotta do that. As long as I'm this person. Probably too honest. I'm this person. Like, if you, nah, I'm being real. If we're good, I'm not one to think like, if I wouldn't marry somebody that's not attractive, right? So if I'm somebody at work that's all in her face and doing a little small, like I'll give you an example, right? When we was having our second child, right? One person they had a baby shower. One person brought all the gifts to the car. It's 10 men in there. It's like, okay, cool, I ain't thinking nothing of it. 2 weeks later, I heard his name again. I was like, hey bro, he like you. As long as you don't kiss him back, we straight. He like you.
Hey, don't y'all not kiss him out. Hey, we good.
They kiss in their mouth.
He like you. He like you. He like you. And my wife is this type of person, like she know, but like she don't entertain it. It's cool. But I'm not gonna act like he don't like her.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. It's the same way if I'm just not dumb enough to be like, oh, that can't happen. Gotta be fucked up. Nah. Because all it takes is a certain moment, brain be worked out, work seem better than home, and then them gifts turn into you by the home.
Heavy.
You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I'm like, nah, I'm not above that. But I don't cheat because I'm like this, like I'm not no person that wanna live like, damn, my phone can't do that. Cause I done did some shit. Nah, I can't do that. And that's me. That's me. I don't know if it's sensitivity, I don't know if it's emotional, but nah, I'm not that guy. Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me straight up, hey man, I like this other thing. I'm gonna be mad, I'm gonna break up some shit in the house, we splitting, one of the kids come with me, one of them going with you. Like, but you told me.
Not split each of the favorites.
Right. Yeah. Oh, my oldest gotta come with me.
That's why the case.
But not
We don't know who coming with you.
No other way.
AJ coming with you.
Yes,
You understand what I mean?
But we know
But also, when it comes to the cheating thing, I just think it's like, and I'm not trying to be long-winded, but like, dudes now have a weak mentality. Like, and I'm gonna say this that I've said many times: stability is not always fun. There's not multiple weeks of like straight fun all the time. Yes, you're gonna be like, yo, why am I here? Yes, you're gonna be like, yo, I gotta figure out what's going on. Yes, you're gonna be like, I gotta do this because she want me to, but I don't want to. But at the end of the day, you gotta be committed to like what you got in front of, you know, the man for upstairs to say like, yeah, I do. It's moments where it's like, yeah, I don't want to say I do. I don't want to do this shit.
Facts.
But like you just gotta do it. And those things gotta go further than the temptation. It's always gonna be there. especially in this day and age when you like securing what you do, you doing all right for yourself. Like you gotta stay in that moment. Like that shit is not always fun, and it may be months. Sometimes it may be years. Like go back to Michelle Obama saying like 10 years. But hold on. But I'm gonna backtrack and say this. What was that nigga doing during that 10 years? The nigga was the president of the United States. Pick your poison. You may be thugging it out for 10 years, but for 8 of those, he was the president. So like, shit ain't always cool. It's some moments you're like, hey bro, I don't like this shit. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people don't acknowledge like, you can be in a relationship and not like a mother. You can love them, but you ain't gonna like them. Like, you just not. And then I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Just like,
is there to say?
That's it. That was good.
no.
Said it all.
I, because, you know, I'm talking more. I said I'm done. But I just live in, like, let's use today. Let's use today, right? Like, as we accumulated all these things, everything was going on. The wife was out doing something that I was like, hey, baby, we're going to do that, right? I could have been upset. I was on daddy duty way too long, right? But like, at the end of the day, it's like, I did that shit to myself. I created an environment where she could do what she want. I'm not going to go be mad at myself because I created an environment that she could do what she want, and then she does what she want, and then I'm pissed off that she's doing what she wants.
That's true.
That's not me.
That don't make sense.
That's not me. Did I not say that to you on the phone though?
You did.
I said it like, Jay, I can't.
Definitely.
Bro, I did this. Like, and when she came home, she was cool about it, was she not? Because at the end of the day, she was just like, yo, go get ready, because I'm like, I ain't gonna talk no shit. I did it. But a lot of dudes create environments, and to be mad at the environment that you created comes with fucking pushback. But nigga, you did it.
Facts.
Like, every woman wants to be comfortable. Every woman wants to not think about her next move because you got her on the back end. So when she doesn't think about her next move because you make sure she's secure, you can't be mad when the dumb shit happens because you're not thinking about it.
But let's go back to what we was talking about.
I was just thinking that. Thank you for saying.
What? Go ahead.
Thank you
man.
for saying.
I'm off. I talk like 10 minutes.
That was good.
No, you do.
Because I think that goes right back to what you were asking the opinion about. Would you be mad like for a woman and her being independent, right? It literally goes back to that same thing because you just said.
Facts.
Because if your wife,
Facts.
that's not. Is it not true? Because he's talking about his wife doing something that's for her or being independent in that realm, which is something that a space that he helped to create.
I guess because I know what he created.
Shout out to Brittany for my shirt. That's a fact. Because that's a motherfucker.
It is in the context in which
That's
you're talking
what
about.
Asia just said. That's
No,
a
but
motherfucker.
for people that don't know
Like,
what's happening,
what?
But for people that don't know what's happening, if we take the
Yes.
general concept of what he was
Yes.
talking about, and what most people probably pick up from what we were discussing earlier, I think a lot of people make the same connection Jay and I made at the same time.
Yes.
Well, it's like, oh, okay, so you helped to create an environment in which your wife could continue to be independent.
Facts.
So now, if there's a space that now she's being independent or doing something, you're right. You can't be mad.
For sure.
I'll give you that because you're right. You're right. But in the context in which he was just talking about, he created a space for her to be comfortable by telling her, you mama?
No.
By telling her, hey baby, go get your nails done because I'm about to go and do all this right here. So I want you to be comfortable, relaxed, and all of the above.
Right.
When taking care of the kids and being home by yourself because I gotta go and do this.
Facts.
Right.
That's different than what you're talking about.
But he didn't give all that
No.
context.
You're right.
No.
Which is why I said you're right.
But that,
Which is why I said you're right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Then
This me. I'm probably being way too honest. Don't give me another microphone.
You said that last time.
So,
Every time.
you said
Every
what?
time.
No, I'm being too
We're
honest.
tired of you being honest.
No, I said she said that every time.
Hey, bro.
Because tonight, I'm not the
I
same
ain't
sleeper.
gonna
I'm
lie.
not the same sleeper Monday.
Hey, cut it.
This is my thing.
Hey, cut it.
No.
Cut.
Because you know what I don't like that dudes do? You know, they don't accept, like, for instance, right? Like, let's use the back end. Let's use the other end of that, right? Like,
Okay.
I know what I've done. You feel me? I'm not gonna blame her. But at the end of the day, like, I'd rather her know she's taken care of, and this is not a problem. How many times my phone blown up? It hasn't.
Oh.
Because it's not an issue. Like, but you have to give and take. You have to go through eras of like, yo, bro, I'm going to take this on the chin. Because I know what's going on. I know the bigger picture. I'm not going to trip about being with the boys. Literally, when y'all came over, I was in daddy mode too. One on the island, one running around.
Facts.
I got to do that because I know how this weekend has to go. I know how things have to go. But at the very end of the day, Jay,
I was about to say, they go back to what they're saying though. You
What?
taking care of what you got to take care of so that
To
you can
initially
do what you
leave
want
back
to
to
do.
what me
You know
and
what I'm
Ed said initially.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess it's full circle.
It is. It is.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right, bro. You're right.
That's right.
Hey, Doc,
Yes.
Doc,
They're
you're
both
right.
right. Yeah.
Doc, you're right, bro.
I think there's room for a both and. It doesn't have to be either or.
Yeah.
It's a both and. And that's
Come on, both.
No, Doc is right. Sneaky
It
wrong.
depends.
Fuck him.
Both and.
Doc is right. No.
I just think, you know what I'm tired of? I just think people thinking that, like, the shit is easy.
No, it's
not.
not that.
Oh.
It's not that.
It's not, and I'm not saying that everybody in this room thinking, but I'm like,
It's work.
this shit is not easy. Like, for instance, I'm gonna use this example. I'm talking a lot today, bro. I shouldn't have been doing that.
You said
So the shit is easy. I'm gonna say this other part. I'm gonna leave.
We're gonna put the numbers down in the bottom.
We're good.
I'm gonna shut up. Hey, on me, bro. You got me. I'm shutting up after this.
No, cut that shit whenever. Like, you
Hey, editing is beautiful.
Hey, Larry, calm me down.
Editing is beautiful.
Calm me down.
Editability is
Mr.
beautiful.
Johnson. What I was saying. Next question.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. What are we talking about?
No, we're good. You're talking.
I know, but I really
We're
don't know
good.
what I'm saying.
But what really, what's the next question?
Yeah, it was. So, are you ready?
Go ahead.
Yes.
All right, so this is the question I really want to ask. Everybody got to answer this, right?
Oh,
Okay.
Everybody has to answer. What's the? Yeah, I'm serious. Like wherever you're at in life, wherever you're at in life, everybody, and I'm not going to. Everybody picks who goes first. What's the easiest and the hardest part about where you are right now in life? What's the easiest and hardest part about where you are right
That's
now?
a good. That's
a great
That's
question.
really good.
Yeah, like what's the easiest and hardest part?
And that's gonna be our next episode.
Right now.
Everybody go. Like, what's the easiest and hardest part about
One by one.
where you're at?
I don't know. I can't even tell you what the easiest because I feel like I'm living in the hardest part. And the hardest part for me
Good.
is being Brittany. I told y'all before getting here, like I'm wife, I'm mom, constantly.
You did.
I'm
definitely did.
therapist, I'm director at work, like that. Those are the roles that I constantly play my baby through Friday, really Sunday, to be honest.
Yeah.
So like finding me again, like even getting here. My husband looked at me before we left and he was like, "Yo, you not gonna do your hair, man? Like nothing? You just gonna go?" But I'm so used to being on the go, I forgot about me for a second.
wow,
He had to
that's
remind me. So
Damn.
that I'm living in my hard moment. So it's hard for me to find like, oh, what's easy? Waking up, doing what I gotta
Absolute
do
respect.
every
Yeah,
single day. Like,
Yeah.
that's the easiest part.
For sure.
So if I'm being real,
Yeah.
like and when you were like, oh, I appreciate y'all being here. No, I appreciate you for even establishing this.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't understand how therapeutic it is to even kick it with y'all on Monday nights. Like,
I
I
appreciate
actually
that.
enjoy. I love y'all.
That's
Like, I
right.
enjoy
Love you
it.
too. Love you
So
too.
it's
We
one of
love
those-
you too.
I ain't never appreciate
No, even me and you. Like, it's just a good vibe.
Fuck him,
It's a good
but go ahead,
vibe.
bro.
And I can really
No, fuck him.
appreciate that. So that's
Very good.
that's right. No.
I'm just.
I'm saying fuck him.
Yeah. That you going there?
I'm just
I
joking.
do-
You got it. I'm just joking.
I think
Dollar, you got it.
I think the easiest part for me is loving my family. That's like it's like second nature. I wake up in the morning, the first thing I think about is them.
Can you say your stats though, so people know?
Huh?
Your stats. Like they say you love your family, but they don't know.
Oh,
You got
my
two
wife,
kids. Yeah,
my
you got-
boys.
Yeah.
I got a 4-year-old, a 1-year-old.
Oh.
Like they everything to me.
For sure.
And he's a great fucking father.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, for
Facts.
sure. You are though.
Facts.
The hardest part is exactly what you said. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. Keep making sure that
I ain't gonna lie. This nigga eyes wonder.
Like-
a little bit.
it's really hard. It's really hard
But
not
it's
to
real shit,
lose
though.
yourself.
That's a fact, though.
It's really hard not to lose yourself in taking care of other people.
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like I said, the first thing I think about in the morning is making sure that they're good.
For sure. For sure.
I'm in the process now of trying to do things that make me happy,
For sure.
right? So that I can make them happy. Because if I ain't happy, I can't make them happy.
Yeah.
Facts.
I learned that, and
Facts.
that's
Big
why I'm
believer
where
in
I'm
that.
at now.
My boy talking
That
heavy.
is it,
Facts.
boy.
Yeah.
Boy, but yeah, like
Nigga spitting.
that's it. Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm not going after that nigga, bro. Who wanna do that?
No, you are, because
Nah.
it's going in
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, bro.
Might as well, right?
You are, actually.
Y'all got 10 minutes?
Yes, for
hey.
the comeback.
My
Hey, y'all
dog.
got 10
That's
minutes.
my dog. That's my dog, y'all.
That was good.
My dog.
Hey, it's not a long walk. It's not a long walk. My easiest part is, damn, it's hard not to steal their answers.
You can though.
I'm gonna go with the hardest part. I think my hardest part is realizing that like no arrogance, no funny, no nothing. Like realizing that like you're the secret ingredients in your life. Like accepting is just like my family loves me for being me. My friends fuck with me for being me. Like I'm not stretching too far outside the box. Accepting that like who I am is like enough for a lot of people. And that's really hard for me because it's like, damn, I don't feel like I do nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't move too far out of my ways. I don't really try to be seen. I don't really do shit for clout. So, like, the hardest part is like, damn, people appreciate you, Keenan, for being you. And I think a lot of that comes from, like, if you dated back for me personally, being high school, you be a number 2 or number 3, or you go to college and, like, you under the radar at A&T, your brother done went there, and then like you flourish, and it's just like the people that rock with you are still there. So I was like, damn, it's you. And the hardest part is realizing like that's enough. Like I always say this, as much as I talk trash and he wears me out, my son loves me more than I deserve. You know what I'm saying? My oldest, because it's like, damn, I told my wife to her face, he the first nigga that ever needed me, ever.
Damn.
Wow.
Like in my life, he's the first person that was like, nah, if you ain't good, I ain't good. So it made me go. You know what I'm saying? My youngest, he's spoiled. He a mama's boy. But my oldest is like, nah, daddy, like, if you ain't straight, my world gonna crush type shit. I think the easiest part is spreading love. Like,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a crier, so.
Girl, I was over here
Please
being
excuse me.
No, you good. That shit was great. I'm over here. Hey, look.
He
Hey,
got
Brittany,
6
I'm over here too. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Why? Am I like, why am I wearing like this? Like, what the fuck is
Nah,
going on?
you good.
What the fuck is going on, bro? Like,
I think my easiest part is just spreading love. Like, I'm gonna always show love to people I care about, do things for people I rock with. Like, I'm never gonna be one to like keep score or like the easiest part is being Keenan. Cause I'm at the end of the day, that's why my son loved me. That's why my wife been with me for 14 years. Like, that's why I feel like the people that's connected to me is rocking with me because I'm me. But it's funny that my easiest and hardest part is the same thing. Like,
no, it's cool.
nah, like every day I show up as myself. The hardest part is like, damn, yourself is enough. It's just weird. Like, it's figuring out that balance, but I'm done. Oh, you got the mic, I'm sorry. Are we not gonna say this nigga walked off on his turn about to come? Oh, all right, go ahead.
Oh, we're gonna wait till
We will wait.
All right.
We will wait. I think for me,
Okay.
I think the easiest part, I'll start with the easiest is connected to the hardest. The easiest part for me right now is being able to say yes to myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I've made they were tough decisions to make,
For sure.
but I was like, outside of anybody else, without thinking about anybody else, I'm doing this for me.
For sure.
And I'm saying yes to myself.
Absolutely.
And that came easy because I'm like, you know what? I worked for this moment. You know what I mean? And I've sacrificed so much of myself. But the hardest part has been saying yes to myself. Because I'm connected with so many people.
For sure.
Not even in my personal life, but my professional life.
Yeah.
Right? So like as a therapist, like thinking about like, because some of y'all know like I'm going to be relocating.
Yeah.
Right? And so for me, it's like, I made that decision. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. Like this is something I'm doing. It's crazy to do, but I'm gonna do it. But now thinking like, oof, okay, I gotta say goodbye to my coworkers, my colleagues, and my clients, and the people I've become. Yeah, seriously, but like, and the people that I've become connected to. So you can think about like things like small talk, right? And it's like, dang, that can only be distance now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, it was easy saying yes to myself, but then thinking about the consequences of saying yes to myself was saying no to everybody else around me.
Wow.
And being able to having to have those individual conversations over and over and over again, and seeing that I'm breaking parts of people's hearts,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's been the hardest part, but it's been easy because I'm like, at this point, I have to say yes to myself because
Oh,
I spent
yeah.
so long saying yes to everybody else.
For sure. Hands down.
And
And down.
choosing you.
For sure.
Yeah.
And down.
For me, I think the easiest part is just being me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I shock myself at how much people like me. Like,
You cool though.
you know,
You cool.
I mean,
You cool though. That's how you know she.
no, you have to understand. Like, I just naturally, people are like drawn to me. Like, they want to tell me their issues, they want to tell me their problems, and I mean that by like strangers, co-workers, you know,
Yeah,
like
for
people
sure.
I'm not necessarily close to, and then I have like, you know, my family that's close to me, my nephews, my nieces, and everybody like loves me so much and looks up to me, especially my nieces and nephews, and they hold me at such a high regard. And like, I don't always